Shalom. I'm Kaya from GMS Camp out here in Phoenix, Arizona. First, I want to give his all praise, glory, and honor is to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rahak Wadash. Of course, I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders that have taught us the truth and rule well. I want to say shalom to the Akwath and to the Akim out there. Also want to say shalom to the speckled bird out there, even though you may look like the heathen, but are not the heathen. Also want to say shalom to the 144,000. I'm on my lunch break, so this might be a quick hit maybe. But, looking at this, Esau is through. His kingdom is coming to a quick end. See, at the end of the day, these nations are sick and tired of Esau, Edom. And I'm gonna go. This was in the Newsweek. One of an article that I had seen, and it talks about the Chinese foreign minister said that the U.S. is the #1 warmonger in the world. The U.S. has attempted to overthrow more than 50 foreign governments, blatantly interfering in elections in at least 30 countries, and attempted to assassinate more than 50 foreign leaders. Quite a harsh statement. Do you agree with him? Well, the thing is, that is exactly what Babylon has done. I think I was a kid, and if I remember this correctly, one of the men in Japan, or maybe it was China, he said the best way for America to stay strong was for them to mind their own business and worry about their own country, because they were too busy sticking their noses into other countries and other country affairs. That has never changed. That's the same thing that Esau Edom does today. See, what ends up happening is what? He go over there, he do what he do, and he put somebody that he wants in charge over there so he can stay on top. Esau Edom. But the Babylon, aka America, does that to these other countries. This is what this is talking about. But now at the end of the day, these nations are seeing Esau Edom for what he is and who he is. Even down to the Khazarians. They've mentioned that too. That they know, these other nations know who them people are. They know they not the real Jews. They know they're out in it. I think it was, no, Elder Malcolm went into this, and it was one, I don't know if it was a prime minister or maybe maybe a president, where that was at. And he kind of talked on that subject, even going into the Holocaust. I'm not going to go into all of that, Salakia. I'm not going to go into all of that, but nevertheless, right? It shows that at the end of the day, that these nations are at the throat of Babylon, aka America. They are sick and tired of Esau Edom. They are tired of this place. And see, they are out in this place. Let's go get some scriptures real quick. Bear with me, Israel. Go out of here. So the first scripture we're going to go into, right, is the book of Jeremiah. For Esau is made bare. Jeremiah 49 and verse 10. Right? Because see, now it's at that point where this devil can't hide. These nations are outing them. What does the scripture say? Egyptian against Egyptian. Let's see, this is Jeremiah 49 and 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbor, and he is not. At the end of the day, guess what? Esau is made bare. Everybody knows who he is. These other countries know who the devil is. They've made deals with the devil, and the devil never stayed to the agreements. You remember all the sanctions that Babylon broke, aka America broke? All the sanctions, all the treaties that was broken. Think about that. You think about Japan, you think they forgot about, what is that, Hiroshima? You think they forgot about that? You think they just swept that under the rug? So these nations, these nations won't get back. And Yahweh Bashim Shai is using them to get it. Matter of fact, let's get to another scripture in the book of Jeremiah, right? Jeremiah chapter 51. Bear with me, let me get there. Jeremiah 51 and verse 7, right? Let's get that. For the nations are mad. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad and the nations are angry. And it's not talking about literal wine that you put in the glass. It's the philosophies, the way of Babylon, the way Babylon goes and what Babylon does, where anything goes. These nations are sick and tired of it too. At the end of the day, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken, right? The nations have drunk of her wine, drunk of all that bull crap that Babylon has pushed upon they nations, upon these heathens. And then they watch Babylon turn their back on them when they needed help or when they need it. When Babylon go over to, aka America, go over into their countries and strip their soils and do all kind of stuff over there and take their resources and then talk about, we're going to build some schools for you or some nonsense. Matter of fact, talking about when it came to wars and jumped out. When America supposed to, was supposed to sign treaties to help certain individuals, these heathens, and didn't help them. They turned their back on them. We ain't forgot what happened. Was that in Saudi Arabia? When they had all them planes and all them people were in them planes, and they were jumping on it, trying to get out of there because of what America promised and did. And then when they left them, they ended up getting their heads chopped off. If you remember about that, see, these heathen nations remember, And at the end of the day, guess what? They snitching, they tattletelling on each other. They dropping dimes. Matter of fact, let's get another scripture, right? And like I said, I'm gonna try to make this kind of quick so I can get back inside, since I'm on my lunch break. Psalm 64, right? Psalm 64. And we're going to get, I believe it's verse 8. And this is exactly what's happening right now. Psalm 64 and 8. So they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. What's going on in Babylon? When you listen to on the news, they always say, oh, it was a slip up of the tongue. Oh, a mess up. When they say exactly what they really want to say or what they've been thinking, but which does not supposed to come out. Guess what? They're saying things. Babylon is saying a whole lot, and these heathens are saying a whole lot. Going back into the Holocaust situation, how they were explaining that. And I'm not getting into all that. I don't have the video. I would have to see if I can get it from Elder Malcolm or try to find it that was going into all of that. But once again, hey, they tongues are falling upon themselves. They telling on themselves what they did wrong, the things they lied about, all kind of stuff. It's beautiful to watch because we are watching the downfall of Babylon, aka America. That's exactly what we're watching. Matter of fact, and also too, you got, what is it, Egyptian against Egyptian. You got all these nations that are Edomites against Edomites. These Russians are Edomites, the Idumeans. And guess what? They're against other Edomites. Egyptian against Egyptian. Is that not what we seeing today? Matter of fact, let's get that. Let's go into the book of Isaiah, right? It's going to be Isaiah chapter 19. And these are the things we seeing today when you cut the TV on and you watch the news. Isaiah, 19 and verse 2. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Is that not what we seeing right now? Even though World War III is about to break loose too eventually. Now, of course, we understand we got the mark of the beast, the MOTB coming. We got Jacob's trouble coming. But these devils are at each other's throats. They at each other's throats. Matter of fact, you can make it even smaller. Look what's going on here in Babylon too. What is it? Trump and what's his name? Biden bickering at each other's throat, trying to gain power or wanting power. Low blow, all kind of stuff at each other's throats. Egyptian against Egyptian. They all fighting amongst each other for power. Matter of fact, let's go into another scripture. Also seeing this. Oh yeah, that's another thing I was thinking too about them wanting to continue to have power and everything. I was watching what was it? It looked like they were in a courtroom and they were praying, But it wasn't English, whatever they were speaking, around in a circle. Here in Babylon, it was on the news or whatever, somebody took a picture of it, and they were all bowing down and basically praying or chanting with something in the middle, with stones around and something in the middle, looked like blood or whatever it might have been. I don't know. But at the end of the day, what do you think Babylon is doing? Matter of fact, I'm going to show you what they're doing. Let's go to Isaiah 47 and verse 13. Because this is exactly what they doing. They're going to them, what was that, prognosticators, if I'm saying that right? Y'all watch my show. I said, go to them. See if they're going to help you. You've been going to them all this time, them sacrifices and, all that, and blood sacrifices and all that stuff that they've done. Isaiah 47, right? And let's get verse 13, right? Let's go there. Because, see, these devils know that their power is slipping away. So they're trying to figure a way how to keep it. It just ain't going to work for them. Isaiah 47 and 13. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy concealed. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. He's telling you, go ahead and go to them demons. Go ahead and go to them, your false gods. Go do them things that you was doing and see if they're going to save you. See, this reminds me of something. This reminds me of the book of Daniel. Remember what was written? Mene, tekel. You've been found wanting. You've been found weighed in the balance. Roughly paraphrasing. Matter of fact, we'll get that in a little bit. I don't want to roughly paraphrase it or butcher it. But at the end of the day, this is what they're getting, their answer. They ain't getting nothing from all this other stuff they doing. They sacrificing probably to nobody, to no end. Trying to get answer, trying to be on top. But it ain't going to work for them. Babylon is through. It is over. Matter of fact, let me see what a scripture I wanted. Also thinking too, talking about that their power and it's over for them. Having the understanding that this devil has bounds that he can't pass. He had his time limit and his time is almost up. And once that time hits, there is no more for him. He's fallen as we see. We seen these Edomites. There's no wisdom in Edom anymore. They don't have the answers anymore. So the next thing they can do is bring draconian law. It's like how it is when you were small and you play with one little Edomite kids and he wasn't getting his way. I'm gonna take my ball and go home. I'm gonna have an attitude. We about to see the real strong attitude of Esau Edom pretty soon, going into Jacob's trouble and the things that are about to come. We about to see some things. But anyway, because he's mad that his kingdom is falling. He knows what's about to come. He knows we got next. You know how Esau get down. If I can't have it, nobody can. But oh well, right? Matter of fact, speaking of that scripture, what was that? Let's go to Job, right? Let's go to Job. What is that? Job 14. Let's go to Job chapter 14, right? Because once his time is up, it is up. This is Job chapter 14, 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. He can't pass. Once Yahweh Shema Shah said he done. That's it. And that's getting real close. Because we are seeing all the things that Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah said would be happening. Wars, rumors of wars, famines, earthquakes, pestilence. We're seeing all that stuff now. It's just getting more and more and more. It's just ramping up more and more and more. And you're watching these devils fight amongst themselves. You see them snitch and tattletale on each other. You seeing the nations hating them. This is the doing of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. He's bringing them down. And this is something that the elders say pray about daily. The fall of Babylon. Pray about that every day. Asking Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, burn this bitch at the end of the day. Get rid of this. We tired of this damn place. We want to go home where dwells righteousness. That's what we want. Begging Yahweh Bashim Yahshua to come and destroy this place. But anyway, let's move on. Right? Wasn't that scripture I wanted? Oh, let's go to Zechariah, right? Is it still going? Let me see. Let's go to Zechariah. Is it Zechariah 1? 12 and 9. Let's see what that say. I believe that. Tell you, man, this place is just about through. Zechariah 12 and 9. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy. Oh, yep. Right there, showing that Yahweh Bashmi Ashai is going to destroy this place. This is Zechariah 12 and 9. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. So, hey, judgment's coming up on everybody, upon the heathen, and especially Edom, especially Babylon, aka America, especially on the Idumeans, the Edomites, that call themselves white today. They call themselves Caucasian today. And it ain't got nothing to do with their skin color. It's who they are. And let you know that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is coming to collect. Matter of fact, I did mention the book of Daniel, right? Because, hey, they weighed in the balance. Daniel, right? Chapter 5. And we're going to start at verse 24, I believe. It's going to be Daniel chapter 5 and verse 24. Bear with me, I'll get there, Israel. Tell you, man, there's a lot going on, man. It's like, this is letting us know, man, that America is through. How close we are. Right? It should make you happy. Because we know once everything hit and everything goes the way it's supposed to go, we get to go home. Right? Shoot, that's what I can't wait to go home. I can't wait to be in the kingdom. I know we gotta wait, but nevertheless, you know what I'm saying, right? This is Daniel chapter 5 and 24. Then was the part of the hand sent from him, and this writing was written. And this is the writing that was written, Mene Tekel, your phrasing. This is the interpretation of the thing, Mene. God hath numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Tekel, thou art weighed in the balance and art found wanting. Praise, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and the Persians. The kingdom is divided. Now we know this was back then, but guess what's happening now? Is divided. What do you think is about to come when I'm talking about that war? The Medes, right? The Persian. Who do you think is coming up against Babylon? What did it say? Matter of fact, let's go to the book of Ezekiel, right? 38th chapter. Like I said, World War III is coming. Ezekiel 38. And now where do you want to start? Let's start at verse 4. All right. And it says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws. And I will bring thee forth and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. This is World War III. Russia's going to be a guard to them. So what do we see today? Russia got, all them nations up under him that are up under him, right? Remember Russia, Putin would say, if you come over here and mess with, if it was China or whoever, you come mess with them, then it's going to be war, right? Look at the names. And let me see what it says, with bucklers and shields, all of them handling sword. Persia, Ethiopia, Libya with them, all of them with shields and helmets. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarter and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So what is Russia doing with the nations that are up under him? He's being a guard unto them. Him and Kim Jong-un was together. I don't care if I'm saying his name wrong, but you know what I'm talking about. They just had their little powwow, their little meeting. You know what they were talking about. I'm quite sure they were talking about them arrows and what they about to do, shaking hands and everything else. Saudi Arabia just also said, what was it, a couple of weeks ago too, that that oil deal is done with Babylon, with America. They done. It's a wrap for this place. Matter of fact, let's get another scripture, right? Well, I'm going. Let's go to Joel, right? For these nations. Tell you, man, hey, these nations are mad, and that's good. I want them angrier. I want them to get real mad. You know, we know everything's in the hand of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, but we want them to get real mad. Madder than what they are. Joel chapter 3 and verse 9, right? Let's go there. Say, this place is through. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And best believe they are pounding on their chests. Because by themselves, they wouldn't dare come after Babylon. But grouped together with all them nukes and missiles and armies and soldiers, oh yeah. Oh yeah, they talking gang load of mess. They ready. And they watching Babylon's army and laughing at them. Babylon, aka America, is a laughing stock to these countries. They're just waiting. Just biding their time. We just waiting for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to put the order in their minds to go ahead and do what they need to do. Right? Matter of fact, we get one more scripture before I go. And Salak, I hope I'm not all over the place. But let's see. Let's get another scripture, right? Jeremiah, right? Chapter 50. Showing what's going on and what's about to come and what's happening. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 14, right? Let's go get it, verse 14. Let's see what it say. Prophecy. Put yourselves in array against Babylon, against aka America. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the Lord. And that is going to be in game. So what are we watching? We're watching the skirmish. We're watching them fighting. We're watching the in-house fighting. We're watching Esau against Esau. We're watching the heathens come at Esau's throat. All the things that Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai said would be happening in the last days. Well, I'm going to say this. I hope you was edified. I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor is to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Rahakodash. Shalom.